LCTR here, and Squad isn't normally one for controversy, but a tweet from the devs on the 18th of January 2023 has ruffled more feathers than a guy asking people to stop playing Fortunate Son over voice comms while on a Logi ride. I'll not read the whole post, I'll link it in the description and encourage you to check it out yourself. But to paraphrase, they're adding emotes to allow player expression, celebration, and general social enjoyment of the game. It won't be gameplay affecting, there'll be no competitive edge reason to own them, and they are totally optional. They also reference a point that I see a bunch, that the previous leadership of Off-Road Industries, the devs, have said that paid DLC would never be added to Squad. I would say that I haven't been with the Squad project since the start. I'm not a Kickstart backer. I don't recall when that statement about paid DLCs was made. If you are an early backer, then please do let me know in the comments when those statements were made and what additional cosmetics early backers actually receive. I'm interested to know your opinions as veterans of the series. However, I do know that DLC was a pretty bad word a few years back, and for lots of good reasons. I seem to recall single-player titles feeling pared back and then suddenly growing DLC expansions that felt like content that should have been in the base game. Since then, however, we've seen that DLC can cover a wide range of content. It doesn't need to be a purely negative thing for players. But, of course, for a title like Squad, which has only ever been about the headline sticker price, this change can feel like the start of a slippery slope towards something that Squad's ethos is sort of the antithesis of. We must recognise that continued development needs continued revenue from the game, and that adding new players can't be the sole avenue, especially in 2023. Personally, I don't think I've given the devs money since getting it as part of a Humble bundle, what I guess might be 5 years ago or so now, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that boat. We also have examples of other games, some more similar to Squad than others, doing DLC in a way that works for their own core ethos. DLC and skins doesn't have to mean dancing emotes and chrome AKs. For example, Hell Let Loose has packs of totally in-keeping uniforms with the World War II time period. No heavy sell, just a way for players to continue to back the game if they wish. I must say though that my initial impression was that emotes feel like a strange place to start adding monetization to Squad. I don't think we'll be seeing the Squad floss anytime soon, but the word is so laden with baggage from other titles that it's hard not to feel concerned about their inclusion, and those other titles are being very, very different to Squad. I can imagine some emotes that would work and feel in keeping with Squad style, but for a first foray into a potentially controversial topic, it feels somewhat charged. And just quick as I'd say, if you are enjoying this video, please do tap the thumb up button. It helps me out with YouTube and discoverability and all stuff like that. Thank you so much. I have a number of times in videos said that I would welcome devs looking at optional additional monetization routes for Squad. Gaming in 2023 isn't what it was like in the 90s or 2000s. Not just that it doesn't end with a sticker price, but also that games receive much more support and can have longer active lifespans if there's a community of players who want to keep it alive too. I'm mindful of the practicalities of developing, publishing, and maintaining a game in 2023. My original suggestion was the potentially equally controversial route of weapon skins. Again, I know this might cause some gnashing of teeth from some community members, but there is precedence in the game for totally in-keeping cosmetic alterations for some early backers. I would look at how soldiers in the modern theatre customize their gear and then build cosmetics on sort of around that system. Only options that fit with Squad's ethos, so nothing like weapon trinkets or flame paint jobs that you might see in casual FPS games. A quick example of some ideas might be, say, a sling wrapped around the stock, a different handguard, stock itself, or rail changes, about mismatched weapon parts suggesting maintenance, maybe increased wear and tear or worn away paint, and so on. So no changes to scope sights or anything else that might impact gameplay. I know that to some, Squad is more simulation than game. If it doesn't happen in real life, then why would it happen in Squad? But without knowing what's planned for emotes, it might well be that the results fit within that statement. It's fist pumps and thumbs up and salutes and whatever. It is the unknown though, and I acknowledge that. Squad and other milsim titles can feel like a little oasis in the free-to-play Battle Pass world of modern FPS gaming. The idea of even taking a single step down that path can lead to the worry about what is at the bottom of that potentially slippery slope. I would caution some of the instant knee-jerk reaction though. This is a development team that has to deliver content that their player base wants to own. They must be aware that the average Squad player isn't looking for the user experience similar to the mainstream big brand FPS titles. They need to be tactful of how these emotes integrate with the game, and of course, ultimately, Squad players will vote with their wallets. I can understand community concern while also being realistic about continued development needed continued funding. The devs need to tread an untrodden path through player expectation and financial reality. It's easy to browse the Squad Reddit and see people posting memes about potential future clown face paints and angel wing back attachments and have a little smirk. Predictably, the first time additional monetization has been discussed has led people to imagine it going to fanciful extremes. I do wonder, however, how much of that joking might have been tempered by including examples of the proposed emotes in the blog post though. Purely from a personal viewpoint, emotes aren't the sort of thing to get me running for my wallet. I'll be watching and hoping that their arrival is as controversy-free as they can be for a game with a style of Squad. I do think there are other options that wouldn't compromise the core of what makes Squad special, and if something like weapon skins or other cosmetics were added, it might just get me to blow the dust off the top of my wallet. I'm interested in what you think of this new addition to Squad. Are emotes okay, or are you dead set against them? What about in-keeping weapon skins? Let me know all your powerful thoughts and feelings. You're leaving a comment below right now, and like always, I'll be reading every single one of them. I don't often do discussion videos like this. I tend to do reviews of upcoming new and updates to games, so if you liked or disliked that, then please let me know in the comments. All feedback is appreciated. And if you did enjoy it, then please hit subscribe. Tap the bell to know when the next video is fresh out the oven. Thank you so much for watching. I've got a number of other videos on Squad and Hell Let Loose, and even some PlanetSide 2 if you're interested. And for new videos, well, I'll see you next time. Take care.